Man, so what's been going on? Have you seen me back online with my courses?
Yeah,
Boy,
man.
can you see me? Look at that.
Yeah.
The course. Beat gang stalking the course.
They're all down to the
Right.
routine, bro, programs and everything. You're turning the program on the program.
Right. They can make it or break it. You know what I mean? They can make it or break it. I don't want them to fake it, I want them to take it.
No, I've been seeing your self-help TIs, your little examples and your little videos that you've got. It's pretty good, man. I've seen a few of it. No one's doing that.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do, man. People email me all the time. You know what I mean? And me and you, we've been connecting for a long time. People email me near suicide, or they want to go out and kill somebody because it's so bad, or they just don't know what to do. And I've been through so much stuff with gang stalking. All I can do is relate to them how to better themselves and get through it. You know what I mean? Because I'm going through gang stalking as well. So I don't, you know.
But man, you've been through prison. You've been through the prison system as well because of it. So
Yeah. I had to go. Did you know I went to a psychiatric ward?
no, I didn't, man.
You didn't know about that?
No, I actually called the prison that you were at.
Right.
And I said that you needed a call card so I can speak to you.
Yeah.
You didn't have a call.
Yeah. Man, listen, I went to I was at a psychiatric ward for 10 days, man. And I ended up going on a 37-mile walk, man. And my own mother signed me into a psychiatric ward. I ended up in ER for 4 days, man. This was a while back. This was around this time last year. But I'll never forget it. A 37-mile walk. And the whole way on the walk, I was being gang stalked, man. The whole way. The whole way on the walk, I was being gang stalked 37 miles. You know, I had to walk through a ditch, all sorts of stuff. And at the end of it, it was so mind blowing, man. At the end of it, I went into the woods and they had people wearing all white suits coming to the woods and stuff, like doing some sort of street. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear, man.
Oh, yeah. Listen. I had to go into ER for 4 days, man. And while I'm in ER, I'm getting gang stalked. And my mother comes down to the ER, and they tell her that I'm paranoid. Or they asked her if I was paranoid, and they started talking to her. They got her to sign me into the psychiatric ward for 10 days involuntarily. We have been arguing off and on for 3 weeks before that, so that's part of the reason why most likely, you know what I mean? It was a bad situation at home, man. It was horrible between me and my, you know. So I ended up going to psychiatric ward for 10 days. I'm being gang stalked in there the whole time, man. They want me to take some drugs, and I tell them I don't want to take any drugs. And so it gets into a situation to where they end up just letting me leave, right? But yeah. And then I had to go back to the psychiatrist. Now this is afterward. After I get out, I open up my website, Beat Gang Stalking, you know? And before that, I was just doing my courses online for people. And so I open up my website, Be Gang Stalking, and then so I move on to create brochures. I'm going to people, explain to them how group stalking, gang stalking works, how they can get through it if it happens to them, how they can identify it. After I get out of the psychiatric ward. Then I'm out there still issuing out my courses and stuff after I get out of the psychiatric ward. But then I go back and talk to the psychiatric people afterwards, being way after this. They told me they believed me. I started showing them I gave them one of my courses.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You know how I did it, only person in the world to ever do it. But I gave them one of my courses, and they watched it, and they were look. Hey, this stuff is crazy, bro. This stuff is look. Hey, bro, this stuff is crazy, bro. They were watching my courses. The psychiatric people were watching my courses, bro. And they told me they believed me. They watched all my footage of me being gang stalked, and they told me they believed me. Then I was being gang stalked at the site after, man, that stuff was crazy, man.
Well, I was put in a psychiatric facility in 2013 for attempted suicide.
Oh, for real?
Maybe, yeah, because of the program, man. I didn't know what was going on.
Hey, man, I'm not like, it's not funny, man. What I'm saying that's crazy, bro. You're gonna take yourself out because it got the stress and the strain.
Pretty much, man. They put me in the psychiatric facility for 8 days.
Yeah. Bro, that place was so crazy. Look, they wanted me to, look, oh my, look.
It's fucking, man. It's the worst place you can end up. I'd rather go to jail.
They'd rather be in jail. They wanted me to take some drugs. And they brought the dude into the room to talk to me. And he's like, okay, Jameel, what we want you to do is think about what you got to blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting in there like, I'm trying to be respectful to him. And then they sent some old man in there, and the old man was cool. He looked like the old man off the Wizard of Oz and stuff. He had a little light, and he was pointing the light at the walls and all this stuff, talking. This stuff was a trip. Then they had the nurses, look. Then after they seen I didn't want the medication from him, they had the nurses come in. They had the nurses wearing spandex pants and tight clothes and all this stuff, like doing like weird assignments and stuff like that. This stuff was tripped out. And they were bringing me candy and stuff, wanting me to take the medication, gang stalking me, following me up and down the hallways and stuff, man, 24/7. I couldn't, even in the psychiatric ward, being gang stalked. That place was small, and you had people on the ground drooling off of medication. People on the ground, like that place looked like, man, that was so crazy. And I'm sitting in there telling them I be gang stalking. I'm sitting in there playing checkers with an old man who you know what I'm saying? I'm in there telling them about how I be gang stalking, you know?
No, I still got gang stalked inside the facility.
Right. Yeah, inside the facility.
You're bored.
Hey, man, when we turn, you know, hey, man, that stuff's crazy, man. It was a trip. You know how we do it, though.
So the doctors, the psychologists and psychiatrists were watching your self-help.
Yeah. Yeah, they were watching the self-help. They were watching myself. They were sitting there watching me from the cameras and stuff, trying to learn more ways to gang stalk me. Then they wanted me to take some drugs in there, and I kept telling them, I'm not taking any drugs. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. And they're saying, well, you know, if you take the drugs, come on, man, just take the drugs, man. You can get out of here, man. And I said, I don't want the drugs, man. And they had a good line, too. He was like, your brain naturally produces all these chemicals, and this is just a drug representative of those chemicals and stuff. And hey, they had a good rap for that stuff. So they brought me into a room with a computer, and I'm sitting in there waiting for the computer, and they're supposed to have some sort of court thing in the room to get me to take the drugs. And I'm like, man, this is like going way too far. Like this was like crazy. Like they were trying to trip me out, and I'm in there going off about my courses, bro. I'm in there fired up about my courses. Like the whole time I'm in there, I'm like, you know, I'm planning, when I get out, I'm gonna start a website. I'm gonna start producing my flyers and stuff. Like I didn't let it detour me or anything. Like, you know, it gave me more. I came out fired up, man. But it was a trip, man. It was a trip. I was gang stalked the whole time.
Awesome, man. I've been in there. I know it's just a trip out going to a mental facility. But
right.
They have their fun with you, man. Like, trust me, they had their fun with me as well.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to get out of there, so they had to restrain me with 4 chemical restraints. And the needles weren't doing anything for me.
Oh, my God.
I was unaffected by them, so it was pretty weird. And the doctors wanted to give me more, but they couldn't because they were scared that my heart would stop. So for 8 days, I'm like, I'm not taking your medication, but they're like, you have to take them, otherwise you won't get released.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're like, give me the medication, I'll take them. And I'd get out of bed, like, really drugged up the next day, like drugs at night.
Right.
And you can't walk straight up the hallway. You got to lean on the freaking wall.
Right.
To keep your balance. How hard you drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's messed up, man. It's really messed up.
Hey, you took me back though, the way you said the program. They be doing all this stuff and blah 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 blah. Like the way they do. Like, I'll just be sitting there looking at this stuff, man. Like, is this stuff for real? Like, why are they paying people all these restaurant discount coupons and prepaid credit cards and stuff to follow me around and do all this silly stuff? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a lot bigger than just coupons and discount cards, man.
Man, they got crackheads doing it, bro. Look, I was with the girl for 2 months. As soon as she woke, she would sleep on this bed right here. As soon as she woke up, they had sent her a thing to her phone like, they would tell her what color clothes to put on for the day, what to wear. She would follow me on the street, gang stalking me. Then after that, she would come and pick me up. And then she'd be showing me on her phone. Bro, she had a GPS on her phone that showed her where to go to do the gang stalking assignments, man. A Google map. It would show her what intersection to go to. So if I was standing on that intersection, it would show her where to go to do the assignments so she could do them. And it was a little GPS map. They would tell her, they would direct her to go everywhere she was supposed to go. Then the details would be what color shirt to wear and all this extra stuff.
So it's kind of like Pokemon Go, but
exactly.
Go.
Exactly. And then she's having then they got people she's talking to on the side, and they're explaining more to her, and they're giving her PayPal stuff and all kinds of cool stuff. And you know what I'm saying? She has all these but a part of it, they were trying. It's like they would steal her and take her off somewhere, and then she would always come back. You know what I'm saying? And she came back one time, and she had a full tank of gas and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there looking at all this stuff. I'm like, why are there so many people tripping off me talking to females? Like that's the one thing about gang stalking I don't like is they don't only stalk you, they want to be in your life and get the people you know to stalk you.
Exactly.
It's not just strangers. They're coming to people around you. You could be sleeping with a woman in your bed. And they'll have her waking up, going out to her car and stuff. The whole time, she'd be drunk half the time. No driver's license. Then I found out she was using drugs. She was high off of heroin stalking me.
Yeah. Green light and license to do whatever she wants.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what it's I'm straight up.
That course is going to help everyone, bro. You're a lifelong veteran, bro. You become a TI martyr. You've been to jail because of this, bro.
Man, bro, it's crazy, bro. But, man, I got people calling. Look at this, man. A woman in Canada, bro. A woman in Canada, 2 women in Canada were calling me, telling me how they had been gang stalked. And one of them was in a situation to where, if she was in her apartment, the whole apartment would be gang stalking her. Her landlord would be gang stalking her. The people she worked for would be gang stalking her. And she couldn't go nowhere or do nothing. And she came across my video. And then she was saying how, you know what I'm saying, the video helped her it gave her inspiration and stuff. And that's what you do too. You're inclined to giving people inspiration, man, from your stories, man. You got to break that down a little bit, man. How they pushed you to commit suicide, you beat it. After all the years of them secretly planning on you and plotting on you and doing all this horrible stuff to you and trying to push you into a corner where to make you harm yourself, it didn't even happen. You got out of that.
That is true.
Can you reflect on that a little bit? The power of that?
Well, man, let me put it to you that way, because I've already been down that rabbit hole, so to speak, and down and out that far. I'll never actually go to that low point ever again. I rather push on and take whatever it is they've got to throw at me and never, ever take my life ever again. And I don't think any other TI should ever take their life just out of spite, out of defiance.
Right.
Because that's exactly what they want us to do. They want us to take our lives. They want us to go and harm people. They want us to flip out and do crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. Did you see, man, that guy, man, I felt bad. The Myron Fay guy?
Yeah.
That guy was an attorney, man. And he did his last prayer on YouTube saying how he was being gang stalked and his family members were getting paid to do all these assignments on him, and he couldn't even talk to them without them being a part of the problem. And he's out there in the world and he's being stalked everywhere, and he's an attorney, man. And he couldn't even take it no more. He did his last prayer on YouTube and got a gun and went to a college and went to blasting, man.
Just went out. Boom.
Yeah.
Isn't that a hell of a work, huh?
Man, that's I can see people doing stuff like that though, but it's horrible that there's people getting pushed to the edge, not because of the gang stalking. It didn't happen. This is my thing, Andy B. It didn't happen because he was being gang stalked. It happened because of the public's inability to accept gang stalking being real, man. That's why that happened.
So this guy's reaching out. And
that's why it happened. Right. It happened because his family, his friends, the people that were around him in his circle, nobody took the time to talk to him, man, and break it down and tell him what was up and try to bond with him as a human being and feel for him, man. That's why he ended up getting killed. Huh?
He was just cut off. He was just exiled from his family, from the community,
right,
from the wider community, and just cut off.
I don't
condone what he done, but I understand the situation that he was in, because that's the same situation I'm in.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's the same situation. I've had it, I've been getting group stalked forever, man. It's been going on since the summer of 2015, and I still, I stand by my course. You see me go through hell, man. I stand by, my courses have proven the test. Man, stop. We're still, what I'm saying? We're coming out going platinum plat on them. We're going platinum plat. This isn't Jive Records. You know what I mean? This is universal. This isn't Jive Records or Priority Records or Interscope. This is the beat gang stalking. You know what I mean? There's people, I done been people who go out and audition for record deals end up getting booed off the stage and stuff. We've been in psychiatric wars, cars trying to run us over and kill us, covert drugging, people doing all sorts of stuff to us, man. People coming from everywhere trying to put us down. Damn a celebrity music album or CD or something like that, some fake scripted actor stuff, man. This stuff is real, man. This is my life. This isn't a joke. You know what I'm saying?
There's some golden information on that disc, mate. If people are going through the program, that's a good place to start, is with your help videos, man, because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be lost and in the dark and don't know where to go. Your videos and self-help are kind of like a candle that's been lit in the darkness, showing them a bit of light, so they're not in the dark all the time,
Right. That's what I'm saying, man. We've been through, man, we've been through hell over this stuff, man. Stuff's not a game or a joke, you know what I'm saying? People see us on YouTube and they think this is some sort of joke we're living. We're living this. This isn't a joke. We're out here 20, you know what I'm saying? People think it's some sort of game or something where they can sit back and giggle and laugh and stuff, Break one of these damn courses over their head.
Sorry, man, I just got a phone call, but I just hung it up, so I'll get back in the call.
Yeah.
Can you see me, bro?
Yeah. yeah. But man, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yo.
Man, what the program is trying to shut you down or something, man?
They're calling me now because I'm making an interview with you. I'm speaking to you. They don't want me speaking.
They're mad about that, huh?
They become very controlling, eh?
Yeah, man.
The program evolves and morphs on you. They start to change their gameplay around a bit, They start to evolve and become smarter. The program is very self-learning.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. We're out here, living our lives, getting ran off the road by cars and stuff, and getting drugged and all kinds of stuff, man. Got it crawling through ditches and stuff, 37 miles and in psychiatric wards.
Yeah, man. I was in 2 car accidents in the last 3 weeks,
Uh-huh.
and one of the car accidents, they T-boned us. So the other car came and went through a give way sign and hit me on my passenger door, trying to injure me.
Uh-huh.
I took pictures of this incident, and the pictures were deleted from my phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How'd they get
they've
into
just
your
been
phone?
remotely deleted. I don't know. It's all done remotely.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
That is really something, man. I know they can hack into your phone. I know they can use your devices.
They can
I
do
had a,
anything, man. They can
I had a,
remotely.
I had a phone a while back, man. They could push the buttons on it, and they were doing Google searches on my damn phone, and I went to go type stuff, and they would come in and start hitting the keys and stuff, and wouldn't let me do nothing. And this was way back when it first started. That hasn't happened in a long time. But they can hack your phone and do that kind of stuff.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
It's very easy for them to do. It's not hard.
No. No. Yeah. But man, so are
They
you?
can even delete emails,
What's
delete messages,
what's going?
redirect your phone call.
Right. What's going on with you with the summer of 2015 stuff, man? Are you feeling like there's some sort of progress? Do you have a vision for yourself and a vision for this gang stalking stuff and what you want to see go down in your life, or the overall the targeted people around the world? Like what might come next?
My views become very cloudy at the moment, man. I mean, it's just like I'm running around in a maze trying to sort this mess out. It just seems like every aspect of society is involved in this. It just seems a lot larger than what I first had anticipated.
Right. Right. No doubt, man.
Well, what I would like to see would be less participation from the general public towards these programs that are committed against certain individuals. Because I guess that's where a lot of the power and momentum is kept, is through the general public, not the people that are orchestrating it, but the people that are having their strings pulled. So the puppets need to be addressed, not the puppeteers.
Yeah.
As long as there's pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's the people on the street level that it's really about, because they're the ones that are doing it. They're the ones that are following people doing it. You know?
Exactly.
It's not too much. I never try to put too much emphasis on people. I stick to what I can see. I know how it works, of course, but we try to stick to what we can see. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The hand that you see, it's not the hand that you don't see. Like a magician. You don't look, there's two hands hidden in the magician's tricks,
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to focus on the one we see at the moment, not the hidden hand. We'll address the hidden hand once we sort out the hand we can see. Then we can sort out the hand that we don't see.
Right. Yeah, I think what's coming, I think one of the things that might be coming, man, is there's going to be more of a general acceptance of people knowing more about gang stalking in general, and that it does exist and it's happening in the public. That's already starting to happen. There's more people that aren't being gang stalked now actually starting to listen and pay attention and comment on it, which is surprising me. And I think you're going to see that expand.
Yeah, but I'm fearful that they may have a higher level of conformity because they know what to expect if they don't conform.
They might, they might, but that gets back into, that's a slave mentality. That's the old house Negro mentality in the Deep South, on the slave plantations. How
please the master.
Yeah, please the master and don't make no noise and stuff, and everybody else is getting bit by dogs and you know what I mean, getting chewed up by dogs and stuff and getting lynched and all that stuff, but everybody wants to be quiet and please, you know what I mean, while everybody else is going through hell, you want to be quiet and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I've never went for all that, man. It's just like I'd rather just go live in the woods or something, man. I'm straight on all that,
The mask mad.
Yeah, that's what it is. Over some restaurant coupons, man. I'm out here getting ran over by cars. I mean, I know it's big. I know what you're saying is bigger than that, but that's all they're getting. I'm out here getting ran down by cars and getting drugged and electronic weapons and all sorts of people stalking me up and down the street like circus monkeys over some damn restaurant coupons, prepaid Home Depot cards and stuff. You know?
It's just don't make sense, man. Like, why people be jumping through these hoops and committing these acts on people? There are people dying out there, man. People are losing their lives by being put into these programs. People aren't lasting through the first 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. It's that intense out there, man. People got to understand how serious the nature of this crime is. It's unbelievable. It's an absolute genocide, and it's happening on a global scale. Whether you're a flat earth theorist or you're a globalist, it makes no difference. This is happening across the earth, whether you want to look at it as being round or a flat plane. It's happening.
Right.
And that's the thing. People are losing their lives. People need to understand there are innocent people losing their lives.
Oh,
it's simple.
Oh, yeah, I know all about it, man. That's one of the only reasons. It's not the only reason, but it's one of the only reasons that I try to do what I can to reach out to people and to provide free education for people, is because you're talking about people whose lives, people are being killed. Their lives are being destroyed. We don't even know how many people are dead in the grave because of this stuff, or in psychiatric wards, or
we'll never know.
Or walking around talking. We don't even know how many people that's happened to. Yeah.
We'll never know. We'll never get to see that.
Right. You know?
So think about it, man. How many people have been in an isolation unit in a mental health facility because they've gone a bit wild because of the program being run on them? How many people have died as a result of overdosing from drugs, or drinking too much alcohol, or committing suicide via police, by attacking the police or attacking members of the general public? There's so many people being in the very darkest corners of life because of this program, and it's kind of like a Holocaust. It's like what happened in World War II with the Nazis and the Jews, but it's happening in a more modern day setting and through the medical establishment. It's actually been allowed to happen. So there's a lot of people being suffering and being tortured to their deathbeds, and no one knows. No one will ever recognize the hardship and torment that these individuals went through alone.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And I'm telling people I need help, man. I'm talking to women on the internet, on the computers, and I'm telling them on the internet that I'm being gang stalked. And do you have a car? Everywhere I go, the women I talk to get paid to stalk me, and I've had my food drugged, and I got all sorts of people running around like circus monkeys following me. I need somebody who can stand up on some principles and who has a car who can help me do the things I need to do. I'm coming to them like that, man, off rip. I met a girl. I took hours out of my life, man, and I met a girl on the internet, man, and she told me she was coming to pick me up after I spent about 10 hours talking to her on a telephone, and she was supposed to come and pick me up all the way from Holland, man, and she was at work, and she had a good job and all this stuff, and before she got to come get me and pick me up, they contacted her and got her to come gang stalk me after she told me she was picking me up, man. And that's what I'm fucking. That's the type of stuff I'm mad about. Why? Okay, drug my food. Use electronical weapons on me. Have people running around like circus monkeys and drug addicts and crackheads and all this stuff. It's like, it's all good. But when I meet a woman on the internet, she's coming to pick me up, man. Coming to pick me. I don't even got a car. I'm being stalked. And they're gonna pay her to follow me up and down the street and all this stuff. So I just lost an opportunity, man. I just lost the opportunity. Out of a million worthless women, one of them's coming to help me do something after being stalked for 2.5 years. They're gonna have her follow me over some restaurant discounts, some prepaid credit cards. That's why I'm standing up for my course, man, so people know what it's like and what it's going through. The only person will ever beat gang stalking. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's the glorious shit right there, mate. That CD is golden information for people. That's life or death.
And I haven't even printed anything on it yet. This is just the prototype. You know what I mean? This isn't even the master copy. It's just the prototype. You know what I mean? It's like
mate. The information that you have on it is enough.
Right.
You don't need to flatten that.
Right.
The information is there's first-hand experience on there.
Right. First-hand experience, man. First-hand experience. And so they come and get a woman, and so she texts me on my phone. Matter of fact, I should call her right now and put her on blast and ask her about it. She was texting my. I haven't talked to her in 2 months. She was texting me, and she said she was coming to pick me up. The next thing I know, she was gang stalking me, and she didn't even look as good as she did on the internet. Her pictures look, So actually, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing, I'm blowing out of proportion. It's not a big deal. But at the same time, though, it was one thing I had going for me was somebody coming to help me do some stuff, man. And that's what I'm talking about, is gang stalking stuff all up in my mix, man. That's why we got to find a way that we can approach people on the street and tell them we need help, man. I'm being stalked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good if someone,
I'm being stalked, man. I need help, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know everyone that is compromised and is called by the program. If you want to order takeout, that restaurant gets called after you call them, and that your food gets drugged or poisoned or is not cooked right or is delivered late or is cold when they deliver it. You go to the doctor to get some medical treatment. The doctor lies about your blood tests, your urine samples, your overall general health, and they deny you basic medical care, man. This whole thing you're just like you're a leper. You're suffering from leprosy and no one's allowed to touch you, and everyone that does speak to you has to get involved in destroying you.
Yeah. Yeah. Mad, man. Mad about my courses. Mad about a lot of stuff, man. And so that, you know what I'm saying? That's what, but now people are starting to find out that we're telling the truth. There's people coming to the fore. There's people coming out now and realizing it is as bad as we've been saying it is. People thought we were joking when we were talking about, red shirts and bright lights and all this stuff. Now they're starting to see how people are going to the colleges with firearms and there's shootouts on television and stuff over this stuff, man.
Pretty much like little Mexican standoffs happening everywhere.
Right. It's gotten out of control. It's gotten out of control, man. Have you seen the people in Poland and Russia and all this stuff getting stalked? How they're on the internet and we can't even understand what they're saying, but they're getting stalked now?
It'll be pretty intense over there, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Man, I broke my courses down into 3 stages, man. The confusion stage, the distraction stage, and the sensitization stage. And I've been going... Huh?
It's a pretty straightforward step that you've provided. Very easy to digest and understand, obviously.
Right. It's an honest attempt at getting across what's happening. Of course, I can't cover everything that happens to somebody being gang stalked. I'm just trying to show people more in a nutshell what my experience has been. But I'm showing people, visual and audio with the mimicking, the color coding. Then they use noise campaigns. And, of course, you have electronic weapons, all that stuff. And, I've been really reaching out to people to give them a hands-on first and foremost, for the people who it's first started happening to, who really don't know what to expect next. And
well, to be honest, if I had some information like that I could access 5 years ago, it would have made a world of difference to my situation, how I would be coping with my targeting. There was absolutely no information 4 or 5 years ago online about the targeted individual gang stalking and harassment programs and MK Ultras or whatever else people want to call them. There was hardly any information. But now there's a lot of information accessible, which is great because it will make the world a difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of it, man. And, there's a lot of people, I tend to come back to this point, Andy B, because if we hadn't been talking so well, we hadn't known each other so well, you might have been hesitant to connect tonight to do an interview because you've been explaining to me how there's been people who have actually been trying to come to you and use you as a way to kind of mess up the image of all the work you've done before this, or
trying to wiggle their way to the community sort of thing, the TI community, and try and get more of credibility through myself and many other higher well-known, TIs out there. They're using us as like a stepping stone to step into the TI community and gain other TI's trust, and just sow more discord and more lies, and just all they're talking is just crap, causing problems, causing issues, friction, divide and conquer again.
Yeah, and they don't got any. We gotta start pulling the file on some of these people, man, and saying, what have you been? Where are their stripes at? You know what I mean? They're coming out. They're coming out and all this stuff on TV now, and trying to get recognized and doing documentaries and stuff like that, and trying to use the image of what the pain. They're trying to hide behind the pain of it, and try to get some sort of foundation built for themselves. We gotta try to recognize that these people don't have any stripes, man. What have they been through?
Pretty much.
I'm going back. I can go back to before I even got gang stalked, I was a conspiracy researcher. You know what I'm saying? So I can look at people who just do conspiracy and tell if they've been out there doing it for real. They got some stripes or not behind it. But I'm just talking about the gang stalking alone, man. These people they're just showing up some of them just show up on YouTube, and the way they present it, it looks like they're trying to build an audience, and it doesn't seem real. Like, you know what I'm saying? They make it look like it's a joke.
They're just taking on the character, man. They're just more Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah, because they're saying, okay, like, how a lot of people talk about how they hear the voices and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never had voice to skull. I've had some strange dreams. I've had some strange dreams that I think have been interfered with. I think dream tapping is real. I think I've experienced that a couple times. But I've never had the experience of actually hearing, like, voices, like the voice of skull. I believe there's something. I believe that stuff's real, though. But I'm trying to figure out, like, people, like, the program's talking to people now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I believe that happened. I believe it's real, but what happened?
Yeah.
When I've had the dream intrusions, I've had the energy weapons and everything else, but no B2K.
Right.
Otherwise, all these other guys claiming that they're getting B2K, then really they're just mimicking what other TIs are saying.
Yeah, the gang stalking program's talking to people now, man. It's crazy, man. But the people come on, the program's talking to them, man. But people come on the internet. People come on the internet, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying they're hearing voices, and but they're saying they're being gang stalked. How are you just hearing voices and being gang stalked if you're not being followed up and down the streets by? You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like I'm
getting jealous because the program doesn't talk to me, but it talks to them. Why isn't it? I'm getting jealous, man. I want to have a gang stalking friend. Talk to me.
Yeah, there's some people online. There was one girl. I don't know if she's being gang stalked. She said she was schizophrenic and she was hearing voices, but now she's saying she's targeted. But she's not like, when I go out into the streets, I can get the people on my phone. I got people telling me they got paid money to gang stalk me. Like, I can get them on film, I can do all that stuff, but some people are just sitting there saying they're hearing voices, and I believe that stuff's real. Stuff like that can happen. Jesse Ventura had a show on it, where they had a guy come on there and say this stuff was going on, but they're not actually getting the street level of it. You know what I'm saying?
They're just talking about the technology level, but they're not talking about the basic shit that happens to a TI, like, the general organised harassment and the covert gang stalking that pursues you wherever you go. I mean, any TI would notice that if that's happening to them. It's not like, I'm not noticing it, but I do notice the voices, but I can't notice someone following me. Really?
Yeah. Right, there's different levels of it, man. Then there's some people who get gang stalked and it's so light, they really can't make much out of it. They really can't say exactly what's happening, because it hasn't intensified to a point where there's patterns. When it first starts happening, it's really light. It's not really pattern. You just notice strange stuff. People acting weird.
Yeah. That's it. Just one weird interaction after another.
Right on, man. Right on. But Andy B, I want to bring you back, man. Like, man, it's been a trip, man. It's like how do you feel? I'm standing on my courses, though, man. Like, I just started coming back with my stuff, And, you know, after everything's over with and after all the hell I've been through, man, my courses are going to stand tall. You know what I mean? You know, and so that's just what it is, man. After everything left, that's all there is. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so I'm talking to people and I'm showing people how to look into their environment and see the visual gang stalking that's happening, how the audio is being used against them, the noise campaigns, the loud stereos and stuff, and help them analyze it and get out of the confusion stage.
Pretty much. Sounds like you're adopting the art of war mentality from Sun Tzu's book.
But can you break that down a little bit? I've heard a few of his quotes. The deception, or
like just using your environment and using everything in your everything in your environment to your advantage, regardless whether you're at an advantage to beat the opposing army or not. You still use the heavens, the earth, the waters, which is, you know, your environment and everything that you've got at your disposal to your benefit. So you can't overlook any of these factors. You got to look at everything in your life, everything that you're approached with, everything you're experiencing, where you live, how much money you have. All these factors contribute to you surviving a better life as a TI. Because what they like to do is keep you down financially, keep you cut off from your community, keep you cut off from family. Right. You're basically left to your own resources to survive. And there's not much resources there at your disposal to make your life easier. So you've got to really sit back and analyze your whole life. Break it down. Everything that's involved in your life, break it down. You got to be a war strategist, basically, to survive being a TI. And it sucks. It sucks having to do that, but you have to.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We're gonna have to develop some sort of format for ourselves, man. I mean, in the next, you know, the people who go through gang stalking, we gotta have a place where we can get together, man, and talk on microphones and stuff. And you know, I've been talking to people about that, man. I think another thing about this stuff is we're all on the internet, man. And if we can get some people together in a group, you know what I'm saying?
That would be invaluable to our struggle if that was to happen.
Right.
The only issue there is it's going to be infiltrated, and it's going to be hard to not allow it, to keep it prevented from being infiltrated by whatever you want to call it, intel agents or fake TIs or whatever. It's just very hard to make, you know, it's going to be hard to screen everybody. You're not going to know who's telling the truth and who's lying all the time, so it's going to be very, very hard, but it would be invaluable to have that.
Just to see it happen, man. Just to be able to get up there and talk, you know, talk about the power of our experiences, man. Talk about the energy and the power of our experiences, man. And you know, I'm coming from a perspective where I used to travel and talk to people and do interviews and stuff over some research, conspiracy research that got nothing to do with me particularly. You know, and now I'm being gang stalked, and this is something that's happening to me. You know what I'm saying? This isn't something, you know, I read in a book that I went out and studied. This is something that's happening in my life 24/7. And so
you live and breathe and you wake up to every single day.
Yeah. And there's a lot of anger, man. You know, the thing I don't get is people are online, man, and aren't you pissed off about how there's no structure for the people to come together and talk about? That's what I'm most angry about. Like, damn,
I'm real pissed off. I'm real fucking angry at that shit, because every single time you seem to get a little community going, some freaking fake TI or perp wiggles their way in and starts causing frictions and problems, and it just pisses me off. The whole situation online now, there's not much information. There's not much help for TIs. There's just more and more accounts, more and more stories and testimonies. I mean, it's great. People need to voice and let people know their testimony and what's happening. That's great. But TIs need more information than that. And being a TI for such a long period of time, I can say that we need a lot more information than what's presented to us. And I don't even have that information to give, and I'm not sure where to go. So any courses that people such as yourself present with the experience that they've had and their understanding and coping measures, it's something that I'd go to as a TI. Regardless of my experience being a TI or not.
You don't know how fucking pissed I am after everything that's happened to me in my life, man. leading up to this moment, man. But I want it to be a thing to where, anybody can come online and talk about being gang stalked. That's not doing I'm not doing anything special. You know what I'm saying? If it hadn't been for people like you, I wouldn't even really know how to come across to other people. You're one of the first people I started talking to, and you've helped me immensely, man. It's the other people who are going through gang stalking that are the big deal to me. The people that I can talk to who are going through this, and we need to come together in person, man. I mean, the YouTube stuff, this is perfect. Especially me and you. We're in two different countries. I mean, we're on separate sides of the world. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, pretty much. But a lot of us, man, we have to be able to get together in person. You know what I'm saying? And make some T-shirts and get the word out, man. Make some T-shirts. Andy B, you need to come out. That's what I'm saying, man. We need to come out. You know what I'm saying? With something, just anything, man. Something we can go on. And because
I believe stories and experiences and working together on our individual experiences and trying to hey, sorry, man. Just trying to work out this issue together will be a lot more beneficial. Oi! Oh. I got someone at my front door.
Is that the program or something?
It's a friend of mine.
Oh.
Yeah. But we can still talk, man.
Right on.
It's all good. We can carry this. Or did you want me to call back in a bit so we can continue?
Yeah, man, go ahead and relax. I'm not going to be doing anything, man. We can continue later on. You know how we do it.
Sweet. Cool. I'll speak to my mate and see what's happening, and then I'll give you a call back, eh?
Yeah, take your time, man. I'll be around.
Sweet.
All right.
Bro.
All right, Andy B. Yeah, you know it. Roll it.
Man. I'll give you a call soon, bro.
All right, man. All right.
Peace out.
Yeah. Blast, boy.